Welcome back to Tiny Space Program, and today we will be colonizing Ganymede. So we're going to start for the very first time on going to Ganymede. Ganymede is the largest moon in the solar system by size, not by gravity. It's not as dense as some other things. So it doesn't have as strong surface gravity as, say, Io, but it is larger in size. If we inspect it, we'll see it's got a big surface area. Surface gravity 1.43 meters per second, whereas Io should have a little more, 1.80 meters per second, but a smaller surface area. So that's kind of a funny thing. Io is smaller in size than Ganymede, but it's actually stronger gravitational pull when you're standing on its surface. All right, so before we get going to Ganymede, there's a couple of kind of housekeeping tasks we need to do just to make sure we got some income coming in. We're doing pretty well, 15,000 right now. Today I did a couple of tourist trips over to the Deimos and Phobos thing to get a whole bunch of credits, so I'm feeling pretty good on that, but I'm just gonna make sure this is in Outpost mode. Okay, so if it says hold it to switch to ships, then it means they're in Outpost mode. I'm just gonna go one by one through all my outposts real quick and just queue up these rover explorations because they give you 100 credits and the only thing it costs is 2 life support. Life support's basically free, and the only other thing that it kind of costs is some durability on your rovers, and they do break down from time to time, but repair packs are kind of cheap too. So just gonna real quick go through all of these and just every single base can do it once every 30 minutes. Phobos has a busted rover and no repair pack, so we're skipping Phobos. This will just make sure that if we do use up a lot of money tonight, at least we'll get a little bit back as we play. And this will only take a few more seconds before all of these are off and going. Io, Europa. Sweet. That's my last base. Now there's one more housekeeping thing I'd like to get going. Oops, not the shop. Overview. We want to go to my primary base at this point in the game is the moon. And I want to... Sometimes I have even more than this number of astronauts. Sometimes I have like 20 of them here, but I want them to do this, go on a walking research expedition. It only costs 7 life support each, and takes about an hour and 6 minutes. So I'm just going to start all 6 of them, and in an hour I'll have 6 new research tech points. Oh, I got 5 of these guys ready as well, so we got some bigger, what do you call these? They're not rovers. These are your rovers. These are your rangers, and these are, I forget what they're called, like hauler things. Need more titanium, so I'm gonna just send all these guys out going to get titanium. Oops. 328 ready for pickup, and they're hauling 325. Perfect. That's in a lineup. Perfect. All right. The housekeeping tasks out of the way, we're ready to get going to Ganymede. So, got a little checklist ready to go. Does help a little bit in this game to either keep a notepad. I actually like to keep a paper and pencil nearby to actually by hand take some notes when I'm playing. It's easy to forget all the things you need and get sidetracked. But just so you guys can see, I went ahead and put my notes in Windows Notepad. So, going to Ganymede. First step, should get a new ship. This is not really essential, I think. I have ships that can get there, but I'm just excited. I just unlocked the Black Hawk. Is that what this is? Doesn't tell me its name here. Let me check on the research page. Black Hawk, yes. We're gonna buy one of those. There's a couple ways to get to that screen. You can go here, new ship, or you can press this. Two different ways to do it. All right, we're gonna build it. We're sure. Our very first Black Hawk. That's cool. That's neat. And has a different kind of fuel than the rest of my ships, which is going to be a little problematic. I think it can refill for free on Earth, but I don't really have a lot of plasma production across the rest of my outposts. Speed is 25 astronomical units per hour, so it is going to take us a little bit of time to get to Ganymede. Not that we're ready to go yet, but just kind of curious what kind of transit time we're looking at here. Probably won't tell me while I don't have any astronauts aboard. So, next thing on our checklist, upgrade. Even though it's a brand new ship, I want to see if I can upgrade it to have even more cargo space. Cargo space 25 is pretty good, and we have room for 6 people to sit. However, if you come to this screen, we've got ship modifications unlocked. This would be the really nice one to get more cargo. Ditch 4 seats to add 10 cargo. It's a pretty good deal if you don't need the seats. But cost the crystals and I don't have enough. So the next best one is this one. Not quite as good a deal. Lose 2 seats to gain 4 cargo. I think I might do this twice. What did it say? I had 6 seats. If I subtract 2 twice, that's 4 total subtracted. So we would have 2 seats left and 8 extra cargo. So sure, let's do it. Now we have 1. Now we have 2. Spending our money fast. Go back over to our Black Hawk here. And we're going to install our new ship modules. Available to cost 250 just to put it on our ship. We're sure we're going to go ahead and install a second one. All right, no left. Let's check out our stats on our ship now. Wow, 43 cargo space. That's a lot. It's a lot more than I need. All right. Hire a new astronaut to fly it. Yeah. Get a new ship. That can generally be a good thing to do, if depending on how many you have available. I got 2 here, but I'm gonna go ahead and just hire a new one for the new ship. And these guys are starting to be expensive, demanding a higher and higher salaries every year. What is this, inflation? All right, so we got our new astronaut. Woo, we're really burning through our money here. I'll bring him. I'll bring an extra astronaut as well, because we've got a lot of activities to do on a brand new planet after arriving. All right, what else? Bring extra astronaut for early actions. I already did that. Fill any empty seats with workers. Well, because of the upgrades we got, we don't have any empty seats, so sorry, workers, you're not coming along. Bring 2 extra life support just in case. This is actually for the 10 life support needed to build the hydroponic center if I accidentally use up my life support. Whoa, don't want to bring 25. Just want to bring 2. Then we need 2 tools and 5 building materials to build the first outpost. 5 tools and 7 building materials for the hydroponic center, which is important to get that built before you run out of life support on the base, or else you have to end up shifting life support like this. And kind of is terrible to be stuck there wishing you could be building because you got plenty of materials to do it, but you accidentally used up all your life support before you got your hydroponic center going. So I'm just going to bring 2 extra life support just in case I accidentally do that again, because I've done that so many times now. All right, we need 2 tools and 5 building materials to start our landing pad, and we don't want to forget to bring 3 vehicle parts for the first rover. And if we have any extra cargo space, which we should, because we just modified this thing to have a whole lot extra, it would be good to bring some repair parts for our rovers. But the very basic stuff that we need is 2 extra life support. If you count all this up, that's 9 tools. At least I hope I did my math right there. So let's go to the market and get 9 tools. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tools. And then we need 17 building materials. So we're going to switch to the times 10 and go ahead and buy 1 pack of 10, 15, 16, 17. All right, 17 building materials. We need 3 vehicle parts. This is actually the vehicle part here. 1, 2, 3, and that will be enough for our first rover. And then that's everything. Let's go ahead and put that on the ship and see how much extra space we have. So we want to bring that, that. So we still have 12 extra cargo space. So we do have some space left over. What would be good to bring? We could get the stuff for a second rover. Helps to have 2 sometimes. So we need 3 more rover parts if we do a second rover. Oops, this one. 1, 2, you hear that sound? Bling, bling, we're getting money. That's from all the different rover exploration actions we queued up 10 minutes ago. So we're getting some money back. That's why I like to start that up before I start doing other things. Kind of recuperate some of my costs. All right, so now we have enough for 2 rovers. Next, extra space would be good to bring some spare repair parts. That's this. If you ever forget what these are, you can go to market. Hear that bling sound, means we're making money. There it goes again. So then hold down on this and it'll tell you. But it only does that on the market screen. Hold click icon for info. So the repair pack is the one with the big wrench, the different little icons. I sometimes get it confused with this one, which is the vehicle parts. But that's okay. We don't need to buy any because we have plenty. So we're going to bring maybe 5 of those. That might be a little many, little much. Maybe put some back. I have this other tab for stretch goals that would be nice to do if we had time. 5 more tools and 5 building materials to get a workshop started, and then a vehicle repair module after that. But I don't think we have that much extra cargo space. We can start on it though. How about 5 building materials? And 5 tools. 5, okay. I don't think we have space for all of it, but we could maybe put something back. So 5 building materials, and now we're full. So let's put back maybe 2 repair packs. Bring the building material and the tool. That's probably pretty good. And we're full on the seats. We're going to go ahead and launch this to Ganymede for the very first mission ever to Ganymede. ETA 11 minutes. Not too bad. It's actually getting closer to us right now because of orbital mechanics here. Here's Earth. And Earth's orbiting the sun, you know, once a year, a lot quicker than Jupiter, which I think takes 13 years. I wonder if it says right here it's orbital period. I might have to do it this way. .83 years. So not quite 12 years. I think Jupiter is connected to the Chinese zodiac, which is why the Chinese zodiac repeats every 12 years. Little fun fact. So we're not going to land on Jupiter. We are going to land on Ganymede. Now our ETA is only 10 minutes. And we're going to use 33 fuel, which definitely leaves us plenty to come back home. That's a good thing to normally check. If you're not going to be able to refuel on the planet, you want to make sure you have enough to go to your destination and then enough to return as well. Awesome. The very first launch of our first Black Hawk. That's cool. That's going to be so useful in the rest of the game, having a ship that has, what was it, 43 cargo spaces? Golly, that's a lot. Now you could do this with a bunch of astronauts on smaller ships that don't have as much cargo and just make more trips. And that's probably cheaper too. Just depends. The Dragon is very cheap to launch. I think it usually is only 55 credits for me to launch it. It has 15 cargo. So I like to use the Dragon a lot, just because it's efficiently cheap. But starting to get a little further out in the solar system now. Jupiter. Not really sure the limits. What is the range on it? 12 astronomical units. So yeah, we can... Oh, because I've upgraded it, right. So yeah, I can go all the way to Saturn and all Saturn's moons now, which I haven't scanned yet. But now that that's on its way, that's great. I think I'm going to go ahead and send a second ship. This time, I like to use this Lander Ganymede, which on this screen is called Lander Ganymede, but on the research screen, here it is. It's called Bullet Mark II, I think. This one. Lander Ganymede on this screen is Bullet Mark II. But we're going to go ahead and get a Lander Ganymede. I think it should be able to travel far enough. And this is just the ship that, it's a one-time use thing, but if I'm going to leave a guy on a planet or moon for a long time, I usually just send this so I can have all the rest of my fleet back home at Earth. So, and it's pretty cheap. 200 credits, includes its launch. We're going to bring him. Oh, good. 2 workers ready to go. And then the rest of the supplies we weren't able to bring. What else do we need? I think I only bought, what did I buy? The tools and the building materials to start the workshop. But we still need 3 more tools, 2 building materials. Let's put those on this one. Okay, we still have a little bit of space. Now the tricky one is going to be getting this advanced tool. Oh, no, wait. It's right here. We just need one. Not tricky at all. It's right there in the market. I was under the impression that we might need something processed from my factories on the moon. So we'd have to make a stop there, which this ship can't do. It's a single-use ship. Does this seem right? 7 tools, 2 building materials. We might have sent a tool in the last batch. Doesn't hurt to have more though. 7 building materials. Let's go ahead and just in case we messed up on our previous launch, let's just bring some extra. We'll use it all eventually. It's okay if we bring more than we need on the first trip. All right, we're full. We have 3 people on board. Let's go to Ganymede. So it'll take 23 minutes, so it's quite a bit slower. Travels 15 astronomical units per hour, as opposed to whatever the other one was. Go land on Ganymede. So an astronomical unit is a term that represents the distance between the Earth and the Sun. So 1 astronomical unit is from there to there. And the Earth is almost orbiting in a very, very perfect, almost perfect circle. So it's almost always 1 astronomical unit away from the Sun at all times. You have a ship selected when you click on another planet or moon. You can see, okay, the distance from Earth at this point is 1 astronomical unit about, which is about the same distance away as the Sun right now. But then as Venus orbits even faster than the Earth, eventually Venus will be beyond the Sun and then some, so it'll be not quite 2 astronomical units away, because that would be on the Earth's path over here. Like, look at Mars right now. Mars is 2.5 away. But Earth travels around the Sun faster than Mars, so Earth will eventually catch up and be in a conjunction with Mars, where Mars is going to be, I don't know, say like maybe here, and Earth will be there, and they'll be really close together. They'll actually be like 0.51 or 0.52 AU, which is interesting. 1/5 of the distance they're currently apart, they'll be like a lot closer together. Anyway, cool stuff to me. I think it's cool. Well, I think I'm going to pause the video here and do a little speed up so that you guys don't have to wait for these ships to arrive at Ganymede. Do a little movie magic. Where are they? Wrong menu. Space. Final frontier. We are conquering it. This one's actually coming up here pretty soon, because it had a lot shorter travel time. So maybe I don't need to do movie magic. We can just check on some other things that were going on. We start some scans looking for some resources. Don't have a lot of great rovers with a lot of cargo space here, but we can just start those guys going. Oh, yeah, there's something we could do is craft some gold. I know there's one of these outposts that has gold ready to go. Series. Yeah, look at all that gold. I think gold's only purpose in the game is for you to refine it into golden ingots, ship it back home to Earth, and sell it at the market. Sells pretty well. It's just kind of a lot of steps to the process, but if you can find somewhere with a lot of it, you can make a lot of quick cash. Well, I say quick cash. It's not exactly quick. The process can be laborious. There are ways to do it a lot quicker than this, but it takes a while to get there. Let's see if we can get some more actions. Collect. I built this. Was it a rhino? It's a big beast. Can carry 180. So let's go. There's a couple ways to do this. You can just cycle through all your screens like this, or you can click on this thing and change the filter. So these are all the different resource sites that have iron, titanium, carbon, silicates, water, gold. Here we go. So this one has the most, 133. So that worker just started driving that big ol' rover, which can carry 180, but there's only 133 there, so he's going to get all that and bring it back. We're going to have a lot of gold ore at this base. Probably would be a good idea. I'm going to go ahead and write this down in my notes. Upgrade series refining capabilities. There's some upgrades we can do. Mass refining upgrades. Option to mass refine. I'll show you what that means. It means down here you'll be able to do like ×2, ×3, ×4, or whatever. Each time you upgrade this, it unlocks another one. I'll show you on the moon. I've got a much bigger operation going on the moon. This is under craft. And if I wanted to say refine here, I have all these batching options. I'd actually love to get these ones, the bigger ones, because I've upgraded this mass refining 3 times. Next time would be 4. So that gave me unlocking, this is the basic one at a time, and then upgrade 1, upgrade 2, upgrade 3. So I can now make 10 steel ingots at a time in one spot. And there's a different upgrade that gives you more of these little squares so you can queue them up even more. And then there's something different that is the speed at which they're going. So see how it says 10 minutes, 60 seconds for one, but 60 seconds times 10, 10 minutes. It says 10 minutes, but up here you can see it's doing it 6 times faster than that. It's actually, a little less than 2 minutes to do all 10 of them. The reason why that's the case, I'm just go ahead and queue all these up. The reason why that's the case is the workers at the factory here. Got 6 workers assigned. Could actually do 2 more. Look at that, factory production speed times 8. Now let's go check it. Speed times 8. Oh yeah. That's going to be fast. I was going to use those 2 workers to go collect on all out of gold here. Go collect stuff. But that's okay. Anyway, we're probably on Ganymede now. Let's go. Right on. Awesome. This is it. This is what Ganymede looks like. All right, I don't know. I've never been here before. This is new to me. It's cool. Wow. It's got some tall rock formations in the background here. Cool, cool, cool. All right. I guess you can click on that too. You can just click right on your ship like that. I normally go to this. All right, we have 25 life support. It would be good to use some of it to build the outpost here, or we'll make sure we don't run out. But I want to go ahead and, that takes 15 minutes. I want to go ahead and start these quick ones. First contact. Send a message to Earth as the first ship that has ever landed on Ganymede. Right on. Let's go. 10 seconds. What is this? Basic sampling. 50 credits and a tech point. Perform some basic tests and gather samples. Let's go. And what else we got? That's a 2-minute 30. What else? We got a 60-second. 100 credits and a tech point. take some seismic samples. All right. Collect stone samples. All right. You can do this everywhere. You can always collect stone samples for life support. They do sell pretty well initially, but then they start going down in cost until eventually they're only worth 10 credits each on Earth after that. So they're not a very lucrative thing, but if I'm taking tourists to go land somewhere, I'll usually have my workers preparing by collecting a bunch of stone samples so that my tourist ship, if it does have cargo space, can head back to Earth with some stone samples. You know, every little bit of credits helps. All right, what do we have here? Perform some basic tests and gather samples. 50 credits and a tech point. Let's go ahead and start that. Okay, now he's ready to go again. Let's do this basic area scan for 2.5 minutes. Take an area scan to map out the landing zone. Good to get a lay of the land now that we're here. One guy will be going home. The other guy will be becoming a permanent resident, at least semi-permanent. He doesn't have to stay here his whole life, but he does need to stay for a while. You can assemble a rover. It only takes 10 minutes. Explore on foot. Let's do that. 5 minutes. Explore the landing site on foot. 100 credits. Sure. Okay. Don't want to do the stone samples. I don't want to use up any life support packs that I brought. Or repair the ship. We'll just send the ship back to Earth and repair it there. But I do want to assemble this rover using the life support on the ship rather than the life support in the base. I got way more life support on the ship than I need. Construct the outpost. Now there's two ways to construct an outpost. You can offload the materials like this, and let's just do like 10 and 10 and 10, something like that. So now these items are not on the ship. These items are sitting on the planet. I mean, too bad you can't see them, just kind of sitting in boxes out here. But if you click this button, it says you can actually build the outpost without a ship. If you were just walking around, you just need the building materials, tools, and a life support pack. But I don't want to waste the life support pack, so save it for an emergency. Put everything back on the ship. And be able to use up 5 of these free life support that we brought with us from Earth. Perform that. So let's see, when he's done, I think he should probably build the outpost is probably the next important thing. It does take 15 minutes. Maybe I'll go ahead. Maybe I'll start this one actually. Start the rover. Get that rover, sweet, sweet rover income going. Alright, so he started on a rover. When he's done, I'll start him on the outpost. And we should have pretty soon another ship arriving, right? Where is this ship? Space. 10 minutes. Okay, so that's not going to be anytime soon. That's a slow ship. But we'll get this going. And then call it a successful colonization of Ganymede once we get this outpost started. 2 more minutes till we can start this outpost. Now the next ship is bringing 2 more workers and the other astronaut who's flying it. They'll all be able to collect stone samples. Those only take 2 minutes each. So I'll be able to knock that out fairly quickly with the whole group. And what I'm hoping to do, I guess it could take a while, but what I was hoping to do is get enough stone samples to fill the cargo of this Black Hawk. So that would be 43. That actually might be problematic because we're going to run out of life support before we can fill this whole thing. It's a huge ship. But get a whole bunch of stone samples, put them on this ship, and send it back with 2 out of the 3 total astronauts that will be here at the time. And we'll just leave the lander gray med that's on its way here. We'll leave that here with the 2 workers and 1 astronaut. They'll kind of be like the Outpost crew. The astronaut will be able to go on the ship and do his rover explorations twice an hour, and the workers will be able to man the hydroponics center to make sure we have life support pumping into any ships that land and the base and all that stuff. We'll have a nice little base going here. That'll be the what? How many? The Jovian system. That's the moons of Jupiter. So without knockout Ganymede, at least the basic start of Ganymede, and we can do another video on Callisto. Get that one started. Once we finish up Jupiter, then on to Saturn and beyond. I think we might be done on one of those activities. All right, so he's making the rover. Oh yeah, we brought enough stuff to make 2 actually. Gonna send him making the outpost. Awesome. Then when the next ship arrives, hopefully the outpost will finish shortly after that, and they'll be able to start on the hydroponics center. We'll check our checklist. This is as far as we got. We're starting on the outpost. After a little while, we'll be able to do hydroponics center and landing pad. We'll go ahead and cut this recording here and pick up after a little break, and hopefully all these activities will be done. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next one. Good luck out there.